coming. We hope you can hear me. The order has been established tonight. We have on the program Michael Billings going first, but we can be flexible. And we're going to start with Aaron Bennett. So if you look at the program on the bottom half, we're going to have selections from Aaron Bennett first. Either way, you'll enjoy.
Hello, thanks for coming out tonight. This first poem is called Black Coffee. Today is a black coffee day. No need for cream or sugar. The day heavy in my mouth, thinking of you far off somewhere, beyond the cracked concrete skyline, a lonely train crying. Is anybody there? With only an echo in return. Now, where's the music in that? Thank you. This next one's called County Fair. It's about a county fair. While waiting in line for my kettle corn to pop, the teenagers travel in packs, girls in their too tight jean shorts, guys in their too loose muscle shirts. One group approaches another. There's a fumbling of phones, a lack of eye contact, faces flushed. Follow me on Snap, a girl says to a guy. It's all very high stakes. This tapping of thumbs, this unnatural selection. Is this you? He asks, pointing to his cracked screen. She's disappointed. He knows what to say, but doesn't say it. Does that look like me? She asks. He guesses again, and this time picks the Jessica with the most eyeshadow. It's darker now. The light from the phones bursting forth in the black kettle sky. All right, so this next poem is called Blue-Eyed Horse. At this county fair, I saw a blue-eyed horse, and so I wrote about it. Blue-eyed horse. Are those real? Yes. You sure you're not wearing contacts or something? I'm a horse. You're right. It's just that I've never seen a horse with blue eyes before. There's a lot you haven't seen. That's true. And if you haven't seen it, how do you know it's not there? Hey, you're pretty smart for a horse. I get that a lot. Could I ask you something else? Go for it. Why do people hurt each other? It's because they're afraid of themselves. Really? Just one horse's opinion. I guess that makes sense. Says the guy talking to a horse. Hey, you're talking to me too. Am I? Well, now I'm not so sure. That's all right. Much like wasabi, certainty is only good in moderation. Are you talking about sushi or the truth? What do you think? I think I might be losing my mind. You very well might be. Don't say that. Just one horse's opinion. Could I ask you something else? Sure, then I should really get back to eating this hay. Is any of this real? It's as real as you make it. Thank you. This next poem is called Vin Diesel. I started to think about how many Fast and Furious movies there are in the world, and there's a lot. And so this poem is kind of a response to that. They sat and said nothing. While watching a rerun of the 5th, or was it 6th, Fast and Furious movie. His dream had been to make it as a professional actor. One of those starving Broadway types for whom a chair was both a chair and everything else. Her dream was less career-focused, though she did fantasize on occasion, okay, many occasions, about Vin Diesel's shiny bald head and much too big for his shirt-sized biceps. There he was now on the screen, swerving his souped-up Dodge Charger through a burning building and over bad guys who probably deserved it. That guy's such an asshole, he said. She pretended not to hear him. I mean, do you actually think Vin is his God-given first name? I don't think it matters, she said. And besides, I don't really believe in God. You do when it's convenient, he said. What's that supposed to mean? She asked. Don't worry about it, he said. Just don't worry about it. Neither of them looked at the other. Their silence was deafening. Thank you. This next one is called Gossip. I heard Sarah likes Brad. Really? But Brad likes Sarah's friend Lauren, who might be with this 40-something she met on Tinder. Are you serious? Well, it does feel good to be wanted. Agreed. Besides, guys our age suck. Agreed. Maybe Lauren's onto something. Yeah, but that's like dating a dad. Dads are hot. Not all dads are hot. Your dad's hot. No, he's not. Johnny Depp's a dad. That's true. So is Trump. He doesn't count. What makes a hot dad? It's the stubble. Agreed. It needs to be scruffy, but not careless. Agreed. He's got to care, but not enough to actually shave it off. Exactly. Can we talk about something else? About how hot your dad is? Sorry, I didn't mean that. It's okay. There's no one worth dating anyway. What about Joe? He's nice, but a little too nice, you know? I know. If only he was a little less, oh, what's the word? Clean? Maybe. Predictable? Yeah. I want a guy who needs my help. So you want a project? A what? A project. Joe is like a brand new apartment. But you want something you can make your own. Exactly. You want someone you can save. What, is this church? You know what I mean. I guess. Where do you want to go for lunch? I already ate too much. What else is new? Sorry, I didn't mean that. It's okay. Swimsuit season's coming up anyway. I'm trying to pull off a one piece. You definitely could. You really think so? For sure. There's just too much to plan for. It's exhausting. All right, moving on along. This next one's called A Love Story. I was face down, getting a massage from a woman with strong hands, kneading my back like a chunk of dough. This is the best massage I've ever had, I said. Do you mean that, she asked. I think so, I said. I also think I might be in love with you. You don't mean that, she said. You're right, I said. I don't mean that, but this really is a great massage. Much better than anything I've had at the mall. It's my hands, she said. I've always had strong hands. She stopped, dispensed more lotion into her palms, and began again. Sorry about before, I said. Don't overthink it, she said. It's just a massage. Her thumbs pressed deep into my shoulders. Okay, I said. But what if we've met before? Maybe we stood in the same line at the grocery store checkout, or at the park while walking our dogs. I'm allergic to dogs, she said. Under normal circumstances, it's unlikely I'd walk one. The CD playing in the background began to skip, the harp now clucking the same 4 notes in deliberate succession. But what if we knew each other as kids? I asked. What if we spent our summers in the woods, foraging for blackberries, dancing beneath the warm rain? I do like blackberries, the woman said. I'm not sure how I feel about dancing. She walked over to the CD player and slapped it. What if we were ducks in our past life? I continued. What if we were mallards who lived at some country club in Palm Springs? I have family in Palm Springs, she said. Exactly, I said. And what if in some alternative universe, I was the one giving you the massage? Would I still have my strong hands, she asked. It's a possibility, I said. You never can tell with these kinds of things. Okay, this one, it's about Beethoven. It's called Honey Sonata. Beethoven woke up one day and his ears were completely shot. Well, shit, he said to no one in particular. The doctors had warned him this day was coming. Had told him it might be time for a different line of work. Maybe you could try your hand at beekeeping, they said. Everyone loves honey. I hate honey, he said. This wasn't true. In fact, he loved honey and rarely left the house without it. Stored in a small glass bottle, he spread the stuff on everything, from smoked meats to the parchment of his rivals. During those long hours at the piano, when the muse played hard to get, he'd drink it straight, and she'd come running to him, as if he were a soldier returning from war. Everything came easy after that. Composing sonatas had less to do with creation as it did with recording what was already there. In this way, maybe going deaf wasn't so bad. At least he had his honey. And if he pursued beekeeping, like the doctor suggested, he'd have an endless supply. Even head were transforming into tiny violins. Their wings playing the sounds of summer. Grabbing the nearest quill, he began writing frantically onto his kitchen wall. The world was vibrating, and he could hear every note. Thank you, and thank you again for coming out. This next one's called The Fight. I always found it, pretty interesting, when watching boxing or MMA. You have two guys or two girls, they beat the crap out of each other for, 10, 20, 30 minutes, round by round. And typically, at the end of these fights, the fighters come together and they embrace. And I don't know, I just thought that was kind of a beautiful moment. Each of these people has been through a lot, and they're kind of both grateful that it's over, and they both respect the other. So it's a weird kind of event, and so I wrote a poem about it. The Fight. In the ring, two men are at work, trying to hurt the other for sport. Gloves wet with blood. Eyes dark like oil slick rainbows. An uppercut connects with the chin. A left hook fractures some ribs. The crowd is going crazy. The men are risking it all, their faces unrecognizable. After the sound of the final bell, they lean on each other like tired lovers. Grateful